All right, so this is going to be the pregame 8 words to a successful game. So we're going to unscramble some words. Once again, we put our cell phones under our chairs so you can't cheat. No helping, talking about Google, unscramble the word. None of that. When the word comes up, it's going to say you have 30 seconds, but supervisor said we're only going to do 20 seconds. So you have 20 seconds to unscramble the word. If you unscramble the word, I need you to stand up because I'm going to see who stands up first. Once you stand up, I'm going to ask you, what is the word? If you get the word, you get $10. Okay? Enough for a cup of coffee and a donut. Once you win the $10, you're out of the rest of the game. You're out of the rest of the game. Keep it fair so everybody can get a cup of coffee. At least eight people will. All right? So we got 20 seconds. You have to stand. If you blurt the word out, we're done. So do not blurt the word out. Everybody got it? All right, so I'm going to look at this side, and I'm going to say ready. Your word is ready. When I say set over here, your word is set. The 20 seconds will start. The word will appear. Everybody got it? No. All right, when you stand up, I'm going to stop the time, and I'm going to say, what's the word? Everybody got it? Everybody understand the rules? We ready? Y'all got to come on. Y'all got to be better than that. We ready?
Ready.
Set. Here comes the word. 20 seconds. Right here. You right here. Yep, that's the word. All right, come on down. Come on down. Get your $10. The word is crew. I knew this one was going to be easy. That was going to be easy. All right, so remember the word crew. There is no I in crew. We ain't talking about Kobe Bryant with the team and the M and the E, but there's no I in crew. When I think about the word crew, I think of a cohesive unit of referees assigned to a game. Okay? So somebody give me one thing off the court when you think about the word crew. What do you think about? The word crew off the court, right here. Okay? Consistency. Exactly. I knew it. Okay? So those are things off the court when you think about the word crew. Now, think about on the court. On the court, give me some stuff with the word crew. On the court. Trust. Communication. Chemistry. Support. Dynamic. So when you think about different things like that, you have to think about stuff off the court. You take it to your pregame, and then you bring it on the court. And everything that everybody said is words that you can use on the court and off the court. All right? So remember that. There's no I in crew, cohesive unit of referees assigned to a game. All right? Are we ready?
Ready.
Next word is coming up, 20 seconds. Right here. Consistency. He got it. It's consistency. He got it. Come on up. All right.
Thank you, young lady.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. The word was consistency. All right. So, yes, y'all got to be quick with it. Be quick. Be quick. All right. So, making the same calls on both ends of the court. Okay. Making the same calls on both ends of the court. Now, think about the word consistency. Stay with me, guys. Think about the word consistency off the court. Give me something off the court that deals with the word consistency. Off the court? That's more on the court. There you go. Being on time. Repetitive. Okay, being consistent every day. That's good. Preparation. Anybody? Studying your rules. All of those things deal with consistency off the court. Now we go to pregame. Now we take it on the court. Now we've already said both ends of the court making the same call. So both ends of on the court, give me some things on the court that deals with consistency. Habits, Communication. Who said, what else? Play calling. All right, anybody else got anything? Attitude. Yeah, all of those things deal with consistency. So when you're on the court, you want to stay consistent because at the end of the day, if you got a block charge down here and it's a 50-50 and you go block, what is it going to be on this end? It's going to be a block. If you got some trashy play down here and no whistle, we're not going to come down here and another trashy play and we're going to put a whistle, right? We're going to let it go because now we're being consistent. Now, I mean, unfortunately, I've heard coaches say, well, at least y'all consistently bad on both ends. But you don't want it to get to that point. But, you want to stay consistent in the things that you do on the court so that way you don't have to hear what the teams have to say. All right, everybody got it? Any questions on the word consistency? All right, we moving on. All right, next word is coming up. Hold on a second. Having some issues. All right. 20 seconds. Go. Right here. Right here. No, right there. What you got? No, move, Damon. Chemistry. All right. That's the word. Come on up for your money. Come on up. $10. All righty. The word was chemistry. All right. So let's talk about the word chemistry. Chemistry is being on the same page and looking in sync as a crew, one unit. We talked about cohesive unit. So you want to look like y'all together. I don't want to look like I'm doing my own thing, you doing your own thing, you doing your own thing, because the first thing the teams they're gonna notice that. And what they'll do, the coach come talk to you and be like, no, dang, Janetta, he's horrible tonight. Because now he's going to try and get you. But if we're on the same page, as in we got chemistry and consistency and we looking like a crew, then that's all that we need. All right? So remember that. So now give me one or two things that shows chemistry off the court. Anybody? Off the court. Chemistry off the court. Yep. Going out to eat. Communication. Talk about the game. Camaraderie, all of those deal with the chemistry off the court, like going to eat, grabbing breakfast together, riding together. That's all building chemistry. I'm going to be honest with you. When I do stuff with my crew prior to the game, I feel like those are the best games because we've already built chemistry. And in the process of you building chemistry, you're building trust too, okay? So now we get to pregame, we talk. Now we get to the game with some things that deal with chemistry on the court. Anybody? You said what? H2O. H2O. Oh. Whistle discipline. Anybody else? Rotation, eye contact, trust. All of those deals with things as far as building the chemistry. Like when you're on the court, and the team see you, they're going to be like, oh, my God, they really on the same page. And that's the main thing you want to do. You want to be on the same page, but that really starts before the game. Sometimes it starts days before the game. You might need to talk to your partner about something, making sure that y'all know y'all travel arrangements. There's times that I've had a hotel, and I'll get out of that hotel to be in the same hotel if my two partners are in this hotel. Now, if they staying at the Ritz, they on their own. But, that's the kind of things you start building your chemistry with. And I'm going to tell you right now, it goes a long way. When you show up and you trying to do your own thing, to me, those are like hard games because you haven't built any trust. You haven't built any chemistry prior to the game. All right? All righty. I thought I was trying to make these hard, but y'all a smart bunch. Okay. All right. Ready. Set. All righty. Next word is coming up. And go. Words. Oh, I got y'all. No, Shannon, he got it first. Shannon stood up first. I told you not to yell it out. You weren't supposed to yell it out, so you helped him. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to him. Come on, Eddie. Come on, get the 10. Yep, you got to follow the rules, sister. All right, so that is correct. It is coaches and players. All right, so coaches and players. If the crew is consistent and have chemistry, coaches will coach, the players will play. Some of the words we've already discussed. Okay? So remember that. Give me one thing off the court you could do as far as coaches and players. Something off the court. Research. Anybody else? Anything with coaches and players? Pretty much that's what it boils down to. Do your research so you'll know, hey, you need to know, did that coach just get thrown out of a game? What player, if the player just got thrown out of a game, or that coach got a technical foul, anything that will help you when you get to your pregame to discuss, hey, don't forget that coach, you know, it looked like he had a rough game the other day. You know, he got a technical, he looked like he was getting ready to get thrown out. So you just want to just have that in the back of your mind, because now when we get to on the court, those are some of the things you need to know. You need to know about the players. Like if you got two players that, you know, if these teams are headaches, you know what I'm saying? Like the last time they played, was there a fight? If you don't research, you won't know any of this information, and you're going to go into that game blindsided. Does that make sense? All right, cool. All right, we're going to move on to the next word. Might be words. I don't know. All right. Ready. Come on. Yeah. Ready. All righty. Here we go. Right here. Sit down. You out of it. Right here. Competitive matchups. You was almost there. So it is competitive matchups. What, you didn't say that? Did you say that? Hold on, time out. It's just the way you said it. Did you say it? Hold on, time out. Hold on a second. This is under review, guys. I got a challenge. So did he say that? Okay, so he was just country. I misunderstood him. So after the review, players confirm. Come on, get your $10. I could have sworn you said something else. My bad. On the ready side. Yes. Hey, thank God for the review. So it was competitive matchup. You said take the $10. So competitive matchup. So looking up the history, we kind of talked about it already. Looking up the history to see about the possible matchups, any issues, especially players. Okay. So now if you know you got two big fellas that's going to be going at it versus some guards, those could be either your help players or your problem players. So that's where it's off the court, looking this information up and knowing. So when you get to pregame, you can discuss it. And now when you get to the court, on the court, you already know what's going on. I know that these two are going to go at it, you know? So we don't want them to mess up our game. Or I know that when I have a competitive matchup of post play, I'm not about to leave this because these are my two guys. If you don't research that and you don't know that before you get on the court, you're going to miss it. Now, all of a sudden, you might be doing an extra rotation when you know you need to stay here because you got that competitive matchup. That makes sense? Question. Yeah. Right. And that's a good point because there's times that I've had games where, to your point, it might be two players and they might be going at it, and I'm thinking that they're getting ready to get into it, and you intervene, and they like, no, we cool. But once again, if I did my research, I probably would know that they know each other or they played together, and they're just being competitive. Like I tell people, long as you keep it PG, we're good. If you start turning it into X-rated, that's when I'm gonna step in. And basically that kind of calls itself. You know, X-rated is where it's like it's going this way, and it's not staying competitive. All right. Yes. Yeah, we stated that. We was like problem players and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, we did. We stated that earlier. It's okay. Yeah, bro, the boss. I know, right? We did. We said problems, so if you have problems, knock, knock. That's a good one. All right. I don't got everybody over here. Come on. I got to hear y'all. Y'all was shaking. Okay. Oh, all right, here we go. Nope, it's over. It's over. Nope, I'm following my rules. Nope. I said if somebody set up, I'll let y'all get away with one. Nope, that $10 is mine. The word was control, and somebody didn't follow the rule. You gotta follow directions. I already let y'all slide one time, so no more sliding. Exactly. One of the words that we discussed, the clinicians already discussed it. Control, knowledge of the rules, knowing how to apply the rules. Because some people know the rules, but do you know how to apply them? Okay? Your fitness. This is so important. Fitness is so important because the thing is, you can look the part. You can definitely look the part and get out there and don't know what the hell you're doing. But if you look the part and you strong in your cause, your fitness can get you over here versus you over here because of your fitness. Like our boss said, if you can't keep up with the POP, which is the pace of play, the pop, can't keep up with the pop, you're not gonna make it. So that's something that's in your control. And like I tell people, if you might want to do push-ups away from the table. So just FYI, okay? Something. So those are things off the court. Some of the things on the court, the time and score, rough play. We can control that. We can't control time and score, but we can control rough play. But we can control knowing the time and score, what needs to be called, what doesn't need to be called. Think about this. I'll give you an example. 2-point game. Big fella's he's kind of in the 3 seconds. His team is down. Are you gonna call 3 seconds at that time? You gonna call 3 seconds? 2-point game, under 10 seconds left in the game. You gonna call that? Hey, try to explain that. I believe you would be with me on this one. Would you want us to call that 10 seconds? Exactly not. Get out of there. Get out of there. That's what I'm talking about as far as time and score and recognizing what's going on in the game. But just recognizing those things. Give me something else that's, whether we're on the court or off the court, that you can control. Something that's not up there. Emotion. Reading email. Exactly. Things that's in your control. Leaving in time enough to get to the game. Here's one more for you. Hold on, go ahead. Escalating coaching. De-escalating coaching. That's what you mean. De-escalating. Yep, de-escalating. Things that's in your control. Okay? Here's something for you. Paperwork. Think somebody hit on paperwork. If you have paperwork to do, how many people are in Division I already in this room? Okay, so you know about paperwork. Y'all know about quizzes and stuff like that. If you know the quizzes are due January 24th, why are you waiting to January 23rd to do it? As soon as the quiz come out, take care of it. Get it out the way. That way that's something that's in your control. You wait until the last minute, that's in your control. You don't have to wait till the last minute. He sends paperwork out. Get it out the way. There's times that he sent stuff like he was talking about the waivers. There's no way he sent this information out months ago and any of you guys should have walked in here and know, oh, here's my waiver, or you didn't fill out the waiver. Things that are in your control, all right? Anything else that's in your control, off the court or on the court? Anybody got anything else? Oh, Blocking your schedule, that's actually a good one. When you get to Division I and you're working for multiple people, you have to know how to go in and block the schedule. Because what will happen is you'll mess around and two assigners will be trying to give you games on the same day and it's going to make you look bad. So you want to make sure that when you get to this level, that you know how to block your schedule. And if you don't have a mentor, find a mentor. Find someone you can talk to, somebody that can help you. Once again, all things that's in your control. All right? Okie dokie. How about we just don't say nothing this time and just stand up? Exactly. That's in your control. Yes, Whitty. That is a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. So I'm going to touch on something real quick. She just said it's about your appearance and how you look. So I want some of you to think about this. The picture that you put online as your picture is unacceptable. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you guys got, the bathroom in the background. It's like you're not professional. You're trying to get hired. You're trying to get a job. When you go to a job interview, how do you dress usually? You got on a suit coat, maybe a tie. You dress professionally. So when you take your pictures should be professional. I took my picture in front of a white wall with a suit coat on, smiling, That's what you need. You don't have to go and buy professional pictures. You don't have to do none of that stuff, okay? But when you're talking about the picture that a team is going to see, that picture that goes online is what goes to the team. When they pull up your information, that's what they see. So if you were in the picture like this, that's what they see. You think they're going to take you serious? Yeah. Yeah. So they'll know who you are. So think about it that way. So what I want to employ everybody in here is go back, look at your picture. And you should know based on what I've told you, if you got a professional picture up or not. If you got on a Hawaiian shirt, you look like you in Hawaii somewhere. That is not the picture you should have posted. So you want to represent yourself, and thank you for bringing that up, because that is a good point. And once again, that is in what? That is in what? Exactly. All right. Okay, I think we have one more left. Yeah, we got one more word. Ready. Set. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, two more left. I kind of seen, he got it. Clock awareness, he set up. Clock awareness. So the word was clock awareness. Clock awareness. Now, how many people in here have heard the word magic number by show of hands? Magic number, okay? What is the magic number? Okay? The difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Now, here's the thing. If you know the magic number, and I want to say, I can't remember who touched on this. If you already know the magic number, you don't have to do a lot of math. So if you know the possession starts at 8:50, when is the shot clock violation at? So now when you look up there and you see 8:19 and the ball's still in the backcourt, what does that tell you? You don't have to sit there and do all of this. You already know it's the shot clock violation. So that's knowing the magic number. So when you're doing any type of basketball the rest of the summer, and even in these games, it's kind of hard because I don't know if they have sometimes they'll have 30-second clocks or whatever. But anytime you have a clock, even though it might be running, try and work on that. Because in the summer months, you can work on clock awareness, catching when the possession starts, when the shot clock would end. So work on that, okay? And clock awareness off the court for me is if we say we're meeting in the lobby at 5 p.m. to leave, 5 p.m. is 5 p.m. Not 5:05, not 5:10. That to me, even though that's time management, it still falls under clock, having awareness of the clock, having awareness of time that your partner said we're leaving at 5. Or if Dwayne said, hey, he wants you at the gym for this particular game, he just wants you there 2 hours early, guess what? you need to be at the gym at what time? 2 hours early. And not say, oh, it's usually only an hour and a half before we're supposed to be at the game. He said he wants you there at 2 hours before. You be there at 2 hours before. And no excuses. Because at the end of the day, you're getting paid to do a service. Everybody got that? So now we go to on the court. Once again, the magic number, knowing where the game clock is, knowing where the shot clock is, knowing if the ball nicks the rim. You know if the ball nicks the rim, it's a reset. Even if they throw the ball and it nicks the rim, it's a reset. For Division I basketball, it's a reset. So you have to know those things. Okay? Any questions? Comments? All right, so we got our last word coming up. Mike, stand on this side and help me, because I feel like I might have missed somebody over one time. All right. We ready?
Ready. 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 Set. Set. Set.
All right, here we go. Right here, right here. Yep, come on up for your money. Communication is the word. Yep, gonna split that later. Communication was the word. And here's the funny part. I'm pretty sure if somebody didn't notice, all of these words start with C. So that kind of probably helped you out a little bit. But communication, when we think about the word communication, there's so much to be said about communicating on and off the court. Pretty much everything that we've discussed was on and off the court that deals with communication. Everything. All of the words that we talked about. Communication. Communicating with your crew. Communicating on the court. Communicating off the court. Communicating with coaches, with players. Because that's another thing. In this game, if you don't know how to communicate, you will not make it. You will not make it. You can't be scared to go talk to a coach. You can't be scared to go talk to a player. You have to be able to communicate. So, in closing, this is the pregame 8 C's to a successful game. I'm so sorry. Did somebody say something? Oh, I'm sorry, Clarence. Go ahead. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here you go. Okay. Yeah. Well, they can't. They wasn't supposed to have their phones out. So anyway, you guys can grab your phones now if you would like to take a picture of this. This is, in my opinion, pregame 8 C's to a successful game, which is truth, consistency, chemistry, coaches and players, competitive matchups, control, clock awareness, and communication. All right? After everybody's taking their pictures, just let me know and we'll move on to the next slide. We're going to be in closing so I don't get hit with the red light. All right, so we're moving on. So, in closing, if the crew is on the same page, we show consistency. The coaches and players will see this and see that we are one unit with chemistry. We take care of our competitive matchups, and during the game, have great clock awareness, which means we are in control of the game because our communication is spot on. Thank you for participating, and I hope you guys have fun.